You are listening to Lifted You Weight Loss with Annie Jensen, episode number 14. Your body is talking. It's time to listen. Hello, darling. I'm Annie, and I'm here to connect with you. I know we understand each other. We show up, we live hard, and you and I do all of it, carrying the same burden. But here is the most beautiful truth that I've learned over years of struggling with my weight. We do not have to live with this burden. So come with me because you are not alone in this. I'm ready to share everything. My story, my friendship, and every piece of value I've gathered along the way. My purpose is to lift you as you move forward on your own path to light, loving, and lasting weight loss and build something that finally works for you. Darling, there is a life waiting for you on the other side of this process. So let's ease this burden. Let's build what's already within you. Together we'll create a lighter, lifted you. I rummaged through my boss's desk drawers as if they were my own. I knew he had one somewhere in there that I could use. I could do this because I had been fortunate enough to have a boss who was also my friend. Working in dentistry means that everything you do is both important and urgent. Stephen Covey describes that as, it must be done and it must be done now. And that day had been no different. In fact, it had been even a little more stressful than normal. But I knew this wasn't that. I really just didn't feel good. Not feeling good had been going on for a while for me, but I don't think I could even tell you exactly what it was and how long I had been feeling it. I was used to just dealing with it. Chronic headaches for years, sinus trouble, sore jaw muscles, ridiculously tight neck and shoulder muscles, also because of dentistry and no doubt my bra size, and often poor sleep. But I was a mom, I was busy, and it just all added up to me not feeling well in one way or another and pushing through. But for some reason, that day at work, it dawned on me to check my blood sugar. I'd been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes years before, but had been managing it through diet and pill form medication. I'd lost a significant amount of weight, and my doctor had never emphasized the need to test my blood sugar at home, so I hadn't done it. I preferred to forget about it and just live my life. But that day I felt particularly awful, so I decided to test it. Not necessarily because I'd mentally connected my symptoms to a potential cause for them, but because I hadn't done it for a while and thought maybe I should just do it really quick because I had some time. And I am a little bit of an impulsive person, so I thought about it and I acted on it. So between patients, I stepped into my boss's office, who is also a diabetic, and started looking for one of his at-home blood sugar testing kits. I found one in a bottom drawer and I set it up with a fresh needle and test strip. I poked the pad of my left index finger as lightly as I could while still drawing an ample sample. I watched the crimson drop of blood slip into and slide down the test strip. The numbers on the reader started blinking and I waited. My blood sugar results flashed onto the screen just as my boss walked in behind me. I looked up at him and our eyes met. "What is it?" he asked, and I answered without hesitation. 340, I replied. His eyebrows raised, his surprise now matching my own. We both knew it wasn't good. "That's why you have a headache." He acknowledged the evident chronic problem and validated my current physical discomfort by stating the obvious. "Is that why I feel like crap?" I asked, also stating the obvious. I knew the answer and was actually a little relieved that there was something going on, that there was a reason for how bad I had been feeling. But I did not like the number that flashed up on that little screen. "Yep," he answered back, both matter-of-factly and sensitively at the same time. He finished by sharing his previous high numbers with me, stated that my pill form medication was likely no longer working, and that I'd feel better when I took care of it. This particular moment in my life is a simple screenshot-like glimpse into the disconnect I didn't realize I had with my body. I began to see a little better that day, and I'm still working on it today, as I have told you. Becoming more connected to my body has been a process, and as I have done it, clarity has lifted me above the fog of old habits, behaviors, and perspectives. How long had I been living with that high of blood sugar? Days, weeks, months? All could be possible. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. It took me years to even accept the diabetes diagnosis without its accompanying blanket of shame. We'll get there. That's another lesson for another day. But how long had I been pushing through, ignoring my body's signals? And what other signals had I neglected or refused to see? What body systems had I silenced with my habits and my thoughts and beliefs? What had my body been trying to tell me for so long? And, my darling, what might your body be trying to tell you? Welcome to layer 4 of your personal weight loss foundation, body connection. We've spent weeks together now building an environment of love to help us make personal changes. We're learning to gain clarity, to see ourselves, to see our situations and our potential without distortion. Practical wisdom taught you how to think clearly in a moment, see it clearly, respond intentionally with a choice, and move forward. Body connection is about learning to hear what your body is telling you in that moment. The entire goal of layer 4 is to learn to hear your body clearly and respond to it on purpose. That's it. And we can do that together. Now let's take a little closer look at what that means. In body connection, the goal is to replace external control with internal guidance and your choice. The goal is to strengthen the relationship between you, the internal capital U, and your body. The goal is to value the way your body feels and let the way you feel replace the over-desire for food and the impulse to react to your surroundings. Now, why is all of this the goal? Because your body is your vessel. Your body is your partner. Because your body takes you where you want to go. Because your body is a gift that houses the perfect existence of you inside it. And when you have a respectful, loving relationship with your body, that connection will allow you and your body to live to its absolute fullest. That connection will literally guide you down your personal weight loss path to the lighter, lifted version of you who is waiting for you. So this is what we're going to do for the rest of today. We'll talk more about what body connection actually means. We'll look at what a disconnection looks like and what a healthy connection looks like. We've learned that weight loss is a multifaceted skill set, and we're working on developing it. A healthy connection with your body is one of those skills. And it's the ability to notice, understand, and respond to your body's signals in real time. And to do it consistently enough that your decisions start coming from awareness instead of reaction in your life. Okay, remember your 4 skill sets of weight loss inside your toolkit? Body connection lives inside skill set number 2. Remember that skill set is seeing clearly or having awareness. Having a healthy connection with your body means that you can see things that are happening clearly in your body. You're listening. You're aware of the situation that you are in and listening to your body explain it to you and tell you what it needs. That shift will move you from a place of personal unawareness to asking a more connected question. What is my body telling me right now? And how do I want to respond? It's acting with a choice instead of reacting to a situation. And we've talked about that. We know that our bodies give us signals. They do it all day long. Some of them we totally notice, and some we aren't so good at noticing yet. But your body is giving you data. It's telling you when you are hungry, when you're full, when you're tired, when you have energy. It's telling you when you might be satisfied or happy with something, and it definitely gives you stress signals. We know this, but yet for some reason, for those of us who struggle with weight loss, we seem to just have this disconnect in this area of life. Okay, we're either overriding these body signals with rules or extreme restriction, and then a lack of control or tons of I shoulds. Okay, we are imposing things on us instead of listening to our body and responding, or we completely ignore these signals. And that's probably where I fell into more. I definitely have had restrictive rules and shoulds and lots of thoughts that have overridden natural signals in my body. But I have definitely spent years eating on autopilot or eating for distraction or for emotional support. I've ignored what my body has been trying to tell me, and I've used food to move through it instead. Except we've learned that food doesn't move you through. Overeating, staying in your same cycle, only keeps you stuck. So many of us, for a very long time, instead of having a healthy partnership with our body that's continuously moving us forward, there's a disconnection there instead that's keeping us stuck. Here are a few examples of what that disconnection looks like, okay? It looks like eating past fullness because it tastes good or just simply because it's there. It's cycling between out of control eating and then feeling regret and shame. That disconnect looks like eating to solve emotion. It is a literal disconnect between your cognitive brain that wants to plan for and wants you to live your best life and wants to believe that you can do it, while your subconscious brain has been trained and practicing for so long to subconsciously believe that you can't. We get to a place where we are subconsciously overweight. It's really hard to live in that space where your higher functioning you wants something, but your more primitive, lower technologically advanced brain believes something else. So we need to bridge the disconnect between your higher functioning, more delicate brain and that incredible part of your brain that just operates on a slower, more primitive technology. Sometimes people call it your animal brain, your lower brain, your primitive brain. And I don't want to minimize its function or its importance because it literally keeps you alive. Like while you are learning physics or practicing a musical number, it is keeping you breathing. So when I say lower brain, I really mean it in more of an anatomical sense, like where it's located, not its function or its importance. It's incredible. It's just where some of those bugs reside that we've talked about and will learn more about. So we need to reconcile the beliefs and the disconnect between those areas of your brain to make you become a subconsciously, naturally thin person. And that will come. I have felt it happen in my own brain, and it's so amazing. Sometimes I'll still get stuck in old patterns of thinking, but I can remember the growth that I've had, and I can see the change that has happened. A body disconnection can look like giving that lower portion of your brain more authority than it needs in your life. And it can look like constantly asking yourself, why did I do that? Or saying, I always do this. Being disconnected with your body feels like you are on permanent autopilot and that you're stuck inside your habits and your thoughts and you don't know how to get out. But really, all you need to do is start to strengthen your relationship with your body one simple step at a time by becoming more sensitive to its signals. And then you will start to work it out all on your own because that's how you're naturally wired to live. Okay, let's talk about what a good, healthy connection looks like. It looks like a functional relationship with your body. Okay, you take care of it and it takes care of you. Can you think of a dysfunctional relationship somewhere in your life or on TV or in a movie? Do you remember that sweet movie with Natalie Portman called Where the Heart Is? It's the movie where her boyfriend leaves her pregnant at Walmart and just drives off. Okay, their relationship is the definition of an abusive, dysfunctional relationship. He treats her like absolute garbage, and she doesn't have the sense of self, the strength to know any different. She gets it, though. The movie is just darling. A good, functional relationship with your body looks like you taking care of it and it taking care of you. Okay, we're going to learn to recognize areas in your life where external circumstances are in control instead of you making the choice. Areas in your life where maybe you're letting something else be the dominant species instead of yourself. A healthy body connection looks like recognizing fullness before it becomes uncomfortable, or being able to pause even for a moment while you're mid-eating. A healthy connection looks like not saying yes to any food that looks appealing, or choosing what to eat based on how it will make you feel, not just because it tastes good, and so much more. Building a healthy connection with your body looks like saying, I'm learning how to notice what's happening in my body and how to respond on purpose. You and I can do this. We can develop this skill more deeply because our body does do this all the time, and we do listen. I do not like being tired. I am not good at it. That is a signal that I listen to quite well. And I'll tell you that I do not want to pee my pants in public or any other time ever. I already wore them to work that one day inside out. Peeing them is not an option. I listen to my body when it tells me I have to go to the bathroom. That's a good example. I have worked really hard and have come to a place where I do not like feeling overfull. I have made really great progress in this, and I want to keep going. So we're going to keep working on this skill of listening to our body and making a choice to move. Time for some final thoughts. 2 thoughts here, okay? Remember, you perfectly exist inside your body. Your consciousness, your awareness of your consciousness, your perfect essence live inside your body. You and your body inhabit each other. So it makes perfect sense to me that there needs to be a good relationship there. So your body communicates with you. We're going to learn to listen and communicate back to it with intention and care. We're going to nourish the relationship and build the relationship, just like somebody important in your life. Who do you have a relationship in your life with that you take care of, that you nourish it, that you build it, that you make sure is taken care of? I try to check in with each of my kids every day. I hug them every day. My youngest knows that he has had a hug from his mom every day of his life, except for when we have actually been physically apart from each other. Now, what if I made that same effort, that same type of effort with my body? What if I gave it a hug every day in terms of my physical health? It would get better. It would improve, and I would become healthier. Okay, final thought number 2. I do not love to indulge in what I think other people may or may not say about certain things, but I do feel like this is a little bit necessary. So please don't ever let anyone tell you that this is a simple, easy problem with an easy solution. It's simple, yes, but that does not mean that it is or that it should be easy. I don't believe that it is as hard as sometimes we make it seem, but I have also had people minimize the personal struggle of being connected with your body, with your hunger signals. Like, yeah, you just listen to your body. It tells you when it's full. Well, I'm really happy for you that that hasn't been an area of struggle in your life, but it really has for me. I once shared with a group of ladies that I was planning on giving up sugar for, a good solid chunk of time. And one of the girls said, "Oh yeah, well, after a little while, it's easy." That's really great for her, but it was not easy for me, okay? And it did not feel good to hear her say that. So everyone has areas to grow. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses. So don't let the simplicity of the goal of listening to your body's hunger signals and responding accordingly invalidate your struggle. Don't let anyone else invalidate your struggle. But don't amplify your struggle either. Don't get in your own way. We're working on getting out of our own way. Lastly, let's talk about the next few weeks for a second. As we develop this personal connection with our bodies, what we're going to be doing is learning to become a natural eater. And that's where we're going to focus for the rest of this layer of body connection. We're going to focus on how to become a natural eater in your mind, how to become a natural eater in your body, and finally, how to become a natural eater in your heart. And when you have achieved all of those things, when you have made the changes and made the progress, you will have become your future you. I can't wait to talk about each of those areas with you. They fold into and complement one another and will round you out to become the woman who lives at her natural weight. All right, my sweet friend, that's all I have for you today. Take something from today and go make it yours. Do something to build that connection between you and your body. And remember that a little shift makes a big difference. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Are you looking forward to listening every week? If you are, would you just head on over to your podcast platform and rate and review the podcast? It really helps other people find it. And as soon as I have enough reviews, I will put your name in a drawing for a random Venmo deposit, which will be so fun. I can't wait to do that. Thanks, darling. I'll see you next time.